Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of my Parkitect Sandbox Park. Now in the last episode I worked on this plaza here with the star flyer and some extra shops. And in this episode I want to once again work on this area over here with the, let's call it African theme. What I want to do in this episode is finish up this area. Now this area doesn't really need much more to be honest. So I definitely want to have some shops and stalls in this area so guests can buy some food here. The area needs some toilets. I also want to have like a little depot here so haulers can supply the shops that are going to be here. Not really sure how I'm going to place those. It's going to be difficult to build a depot here since it has to be out of sight. Perhaps I can fit it under the ride here, but I'm not really sure. I think that would actually be a really nice solution now that I think of it. That's it. No, there's also a staff room here. Maybe I can also fit it under the station here. That will be something to figure out. That would be a really nice solution. I also want to change up the paths a little bit. I want to make the path snake through this area a bit more. It's now really short. So I'll probably move this path connection a little bit more in this direction. Then it will link up somewhere around here. And we'll have sort of like a junction that leads to somewhere over here. And then here I can probably do some more landscaping. It's just a little bit of a detour to make the guests walk more through this area. I also want to decorate the edges of this area a bit more. I already made a start on this side with some of these big rocks. I think that would, this in general would be a nice backdrop for most of this area. And of course it's gonna have some more trees and plants, etc. And with all of that, I think that's enough to fill this episode, since I don't really have a lot of time for building tonight. Anyway, since I don't have too much time, I think I should just get started. The first thing I'll do is I'll try to actually fit a staff room under this station and see if I can fit it in a nice way. Alright, I'm really happy with how I was able to hide this staff building here in this depot. And this is definitely something that I will use more often. It's just such an easy way to just hide these buildings without putting them in the open and having to put scenery around it. So I can now probably get rid of this building over here, which was kind of here in the middle in the open. But it was temporary anyway, so I don't really mind. It's quite fun to come up with solutions for this. Anyway, now this depot and the staff building are here, I can start building some shops and stalls here. So I will make a little building for that here. Alright, I made a little shop here. Now I really like how little details like these pipes and these barrels, yeah, how they just make it look so much nicer almost instantly. Also added some benches here, some plants around it. I think this is a really cool interaction moment for the guests. They can really nicely watch the coaster zoom past here. I think this would be a really fun place to stand. And also kind of unsafe probably. As anything flying off here would definitely hurt if it flew in your face. Anyway, yeah, that's the staff area and the shop pretty much done. Now I also tried to cover it up here a little bit, just with placing some extra plants and some trees, just to distract the guests from what's actually happening over here. And yeah, what I think I will do now is just place some extra rocks here, just to guide the guests a little bit more along this path. You can also see I relayed the path a little bit, just so there's a little bit more of a detour before they go to the coaster, and that's to force the guests more towards the shop and the river rapids ride. Yeah, just it's quite subtle. Anyway, like I said, I'll do some extra landscaping here. And somewhere over here I want to have an extra path which will lead to the next themed area. And the themed area that I want to make over here in this part will probably be something like a jungle area. It'll probably be fun to have sort of like a river cruise traveling around here in the jungle. Something like that. Not really sure yet, but I think that'll be a fun thing to add to the park. Alright, I think this area looks pretty nice now. All these little details really make the area look so much nicer. What I'm going to be focusing on next is the outside area of the park. Now, I'm not going to make this very detailed. I will just try to use a lot of these big rocks without making it look too monotonous. But yeah, I won't be really going into detail here since it's just the backdrop of the park. Alright, I'd say this area is now pretty much completed. So as you can see, I made this backdrop of rocks all along the edge. I quite like how it really frames this area of the park. I think it's much nicer than just the default park fence. Okay, what I'm going to do next is simply work a bit on this border area here. Probably just going to make some plants here and maybe already start playing a bit with the kind of trees that I would like in the next area, which will be the jungle area. Alright, I think this area is now pretty much completed. I think I've done all the building that I want to do here. Now, of course, I'll probably find out some things and still polish it a bit in between episodes. But yeah, for now, most of it is actually done. So I'm really happy with that. And I think for the next area, I'll be using quite a lot of these trees, ferns. Yeah, I'll have to find out a palette of trees and plants that I want to use for this area. I kind of want to make it look like some sort of jungle, so I'll have to play around a bit with the available trees and also with the colors to actually make it look like it's a bit more rainforesty. And I kind of want to have something probably like not a log flume, but probably something like a calm river ride or maybe a splash battle or a boat dark ride. I still have to see. But yeah, for sure it'll probably be some sort of boat ride in this new area. Anyway, I had quite a lot of fun working on this area. I think it will be even more fun if we add a few more patrons to the park. So I will just make some patrons that will roam the park, since we already have quite a few in this area. So let's hire a few entertainers. Okay, we don't have too many knights yet in the park, so we can probably hire a few of those. The first entertainer, which is the guy over here. Look how happy he is. And his name will be Tyler Sharp. Alright, thanks a lot, Tyler, for becoming a patron. Thanks a lot for supporting me. And I hope you enjoy your spot in the park as an entertainer. Alright, and the second entertainer was over here, who is now entertaining the guests in the queue. His name will be Kapitein Simpa. So thanks a lot, Kapitein Simpa, for supporting me on Patreon. I really appreciate it, and I also hope you enjoy your spot in the park. Okay, I had a lot of fun working on this area. I think the park is already starting to look real nice. I think you can really see some progress in how comfortable I am in playing this game. So here, this area, these buildings, I think they still look quite, yeah, probably the most beginner style of the park. I already like this building, these buildings over here a lot more. This area here also quite simple. This one's already a little bit more detailed. And I think this area is already so much better than the previous areas in the park. So yeah, I think I will also have a lot of fun working on this area then. And yeah, I can't wait to start on the next episode. Alright, that was going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed watching me build, and I'll see you again in the next video. See you later.